Alright, this is what if Deku was the first villain. So in this one, villains weren't really a thing, but heroes were still a thing. But they did more like they stopped like regular crooks and stuff like that. But they weren't considered villains because in this I'm gonna classify villains as people that do wrong every day and all that for wrong purposes. And I'm gonna classify like criminals as people that do wrong for just like a couple of times, go to jail and stuff like that, get rehabilitated and stuff like that, and that they're not really evil. Now, also another thing, Off One is not a villain in this one, and he don't have as much quirks he had in in canon. He don't have as much quirks. He only has the quirks of a select few that actually died and gave him his quirk when they died. One for All is still here. All Might still got the quirk. Another thing, Deku's powers, what his quirk's gonna be. Yeah, I really love the power from my birthday special, so I'm gonna give him that too. Give him that. And I don't know what else. Actually, that's fine. I'm just gonna give him that. I'm also gonna make him a master swordsman, marksman, and martial artist. He's also good at cooking and investigation, or like no interrogation, uh, and things like that. So let's get into the story. Izuku Midoriya, son of Inko Midoriya and Hisashi Midoriya. Both were horrible parents. After finding out that their kid was quirkless, they just ignored him. Never thought about him, pushed him away. He didn't like this feeling. He felt alone. Now, there's also the fact that his best friend, Katsuki Bakugo, did the exact same. And most other kids in his school. Because in this world, only 1% of people can become quirkless. And they don't live the best lives. So Izuku Midoriya had a horrible start to his life. Being presumed quirkless, always being beaten to near death, coming home with broken ribs, bleeding. His parents never batted an eye to him. Never checked to see if he was okay. Never thought about, oh, why can't we just fix this? Never. For 3 years to live just like this. For 3 whole years. But then he started to learn how to fight so he can basically survive, as he puts it. But when he fought back, every time he get labeled as the bad guy. He get labeled as the one who did wrong. So he just hated it. He hated it with all his heart. That was until he figured out he had a quirk. Once he figured out he can summon soldiers, people to train him, all of this and everything above, he started to use them in his plans to destroy this world. He's gonna cause agony across everywhere, make people feel his pain, make them feel what it's like every day to get beaten, tortured. He wants them all to feel it. The pain, suffering, what it's like to be quirkless. Izuku Midoriya had a horrible upbringing. Horrible. Which fed into his villainous mind. Horrible ideas that he can start at any moment. So, he thought about what to do. This power. He thought about what to do with it. So, he said, why not torture one of my closest friends? Or a friend of my friend. The kid with the wing quirk. He had him kidnapped. Bring him to an abandoned building. No one knows where that kid went after that. He just stopped showing up. But Izuku knows. He knows everything that happened. Because he's been torturing that poor soul. First, he took pliers and plucked off all of his fingernails. Then he did the same with his teeth. He cut his tongue off. He got fire and heated the underside meat from inside of his fingernail should be. Then cut his fingers off. He then skinned the boy down from he skinned his arm from looking like a regular arm to just showing his muscles. He then poured gasoline on it and lit it on fire. He then put it out using using, what is it called? I don't know what it's called. It's liquid nitrogen, yeah. The boy was screaming. He was in such pain. But Izuku wasn't done. He didn't use the ice cream scooper to scoop out one of his eyes. The boy was screaming again, but Izuku made sure he did not die. Using some strange ability that he found out that one of his soldiers can do, he healed the boy to a point where he would not die. He then pulled out 3 centipedes from the desert that are very poisonous. He placed one in the boy's ear, one in his missing eye socket, one in his mouth. As they started to bite the boy, placing poison inside of him, as the boy is feeling uncontrollable pain, beyond what the human limbs can take. As Izuku gets out the bugs and puts them away for later use, he then thought of another idea. He goes out, he gets his colony of pet black bullet ants, lets them crawl over the boy and bite him. To say the boy was in pain is an understatement. He got bored, so he thought, why not just end this fast? Well, actually slow, as you could say. He, slowly but surely, starts to pull the boy's body until all the bones broke, until the muscles tore, until the boy was dead. He then placed the boy in a box, wrote the address of the parents, and shipped the box to the parents. He returned home like nothing happened. And no one knows what happened to that boy. That is, until a day later, when the parents got the package. They opened it. They saw a horrible sight they wished they did not see. They saw their son. And it was too late. He was dead. They called heroes, they called police, they called anyone they could to investigate the matter. But they couldn't find anything. They had the funeral. Deku had to go because his parents made him. But no one can see his face. But underneath, Deku was smiling. He was happy. He felt exhilarated. It was the best thing he ever felt in his life. The pain, the suffering of others. It was exhilarating, and it filled him with joy. Izuku would then continue to do this to other people. People that were innocent. People that deserved it. He did not care. He left kids orphaned. He left parents widowed. He left people without kids, without the memories of their brothers. He did not care. He was villain, the worst villain of all. One that does not care for human life. Izuku Midoriya was a super villain. A demon, some say. A monster of uncontrollable lust for the death of people and the torture of their souls. He just loved it. Izuku Midoriya would do a lot of things in his life. He'd set people up for positions that they can get, and then slowly watch them fail if they try. One such person being Muscular. I do not know his full name, so I'm sorry. Muscular was an up-and-coming boxer. He was pretty good because of his quirk. Izuku gave him a way to get stronger by compacting his muscles as hard as he could. But then Muscular went up with someone that Izuku paid to kill Muscular in a ring. Let's just say the man did exactly what Izuku said. Muscular died, killed by someone with a shock absorption quirk. Izuku then continued to make people suffer, make their lives horrible. But that does not mean he does not still have a heart. There have only been 3 people that Izuku has been kind to. One being a girl about his age, Himaki Toga. And another being a little baby by the name of Eri. The other was a small infant by the name of Kota. Izuku took in Eri. Kota still had his mom and dad, so he let them stay with them. He watched over him and all of that. Now, flash forward. Izuku Midoriya is 15 years old. No one knows that he is the infamous villain that's causing all of this pain and suffering. But he's not the only villain. From his crimes and things that he did, it sparked a lot of people to join the dark side. Seeing that heroes can't do anything, they thought, why be against this force so unnatural? Why not just join it? Thus, the hero faction split. But there are still more heroes than villains at the late. Up-and-coming villains popped up later than what they should. And heroes were dying because they thought they had to capture them. But no, the villains didn't care. They saw no restrictions and killed every hero in sight that they could. Heroes were dropping like flies. But young people still want to become heroes. They still wanted their glory, money, fame. They wanted it all. As their teacher came to class talking about, we're going to be doing a small test to see where you guys want to go. Everyone was quiet. The teacher then throws him in the air. I'm just kidding. I know you all want to be heroes. As everyone erupts in screams of joy, passion, and knowing that they're becoming great heroes. Demonstrating their quirks to the whole class. As the teacher tells them to calm down, He then tells them all what school they're going to. Bakokoski, you going to UA. Bako says, damn right. I'm the only one here who can get in. All these loser extras ain't never gonna get in. They'd be lucky if they can get even a D-list hero to actually give them a job. Ha! Never even make it, not even 1 second in the real world. The teacher didn't say anything about Izuku because he didn't pick a hero course. Hero school at all. He didn't pick none of them. They didn't want to become a hero. So the teacher says that. Oh, Izuku, you just signed up for a regular high school. Everyone knew Izuku wasn't going to become a hero, so they didn't care really. But Bakugo, he says, damn right. The damn nerd could never become a hero. Just a fucking extra. As the day went on, it ended. Zuko didn't have his hero notebook with him out. He is not fascinated by heroes, but he knows he should get information when he needs, in case he wants to kill off a certain hero. He just packs up and leaves. No one noticed him leave. No one cares. As he's leaving, he's going through a tunnel. He's not excited to get home. He doesn't really care. Not like his parents are going to notice him or nothing. But out of nowhere, a sludge film attacks him. Says, give me your body, kid. Not wanting to deal with this, he creates a gun, shoots a sludge film in both his eyes. That weakens him and reveals his real body for a second, which he shot in the brain, killing him effortlessly. He got out of there fast, before anyone else comes. A few minutes later, All Might stumbles upon the scene to see a man dead. His eyes shot out, and his brain splattered everywhere across the ground. All Might calls this in as police get there. An ambulance comes and takes the body and get it cleaned up, ready to be buried. Izuku makes it home. He goes in to see his horrible family, his mother and his father. They yell at him, telling him he need to clean the house, do all this, cook food, that their favorite butler hasn't done anything before he went to school. Izuku was getting tired of this, getting sick and tired. So he says, it's time I get rid of these two fuckers. He goes into his room. He makes a plan. How do I get rid of them and make it look like an accident? Then he comes up with something. Why not set the house ablaze? How do I do that? Oh, it's simple, really. Let the stove gas run until it's all filled up around the house. Then I start a little explosion and everything goes boom. That's exactly what he did. Later that evening, our apartment complex blew up, killing all of its inhabitants. Searching through the wreckage, we found no such and such, no, a lot of different people. Then they got to two people, Inko Midoriya, Hisashi Midoriya, their son missing, haven't found his body. Masaru and Mitsuki and Bakugo are devastated because Inko and Hisashi are dead. They didn't really care about Izuku. Now, this is where I'm going to end this one off. Thanks for watching. This series is going to be very graphic, very dark turn of things. So if you don't like the video, please just don't watch it, please. It's for the ones that actually like the gory stuff, like me. So if you don't like this, please don't watch this. Your description is advised. I will put that in the description. And I will put in the title, gore, do not watch it, basically. So goodbye, see you guys later.